Welcome to another edition of Seattlemariners's Organizational Report, Episode 4, April 14th, 2022. Yeah, today's another big day in sports for the Mariners and the organization. Like usual, we'll start off with Modesto and work our way down to the Mariners. Now, Modesto's 3-2. They're in Stockton. We killed Stockton once again last night. 10 runs, 9 hits, and an error for Modesto. Stockton had 3 runs, 10 hits, and an error. And today both pitchers are to be determined down there in Stockton. And Modesto's 3-2, Stockton's 0-5. The winning pitcher last night was De Los Santos is 1-0. The loser was Cota, he's 0-1. And notable performances for Modesto: Milcar Perez, 2 for 5 with 4 RBIs and a double. Ben Ramirez was 1 for 4 with 4 RBIs in his first home run. Bednar, 2 for 5 with a run. And Harry Ford had the day off. Okay, and then on pitching notable performances, De Los Santos had 2 innings with 4 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 2 Ks for the win. And Moore had 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, and 3 strikeouts. Dyer finished out the game with 1 inning, no hits, no runs, and 2 Ks. And it was a comeback win for Modesto. They were losing 3-2, but in the 8th inning, they got some insurance with 8 runs in the 8th inning for the comeback. That was a nice job down there in Stockton. Now today in Everett is 2-2. They lost last night in Hillsboro, Oregon to the Hillsboro Hops, who are 2-3. Everett had 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error. And Hillsboro had 8 runs, 13 hits, and an error. Today's pitchers, Everett's is to be determined. And down in Hillsboro, the Hillsboro Hops is bringing on Hill. That's sort of odd, Hill and Hillsboro. But anyway, he has no decisions and no ERA. And last night, the winner for Hillsboro was Fisher. He's 1-1 now. And Paul got the loss for the Aquasox. He's 0-1. Notable performances for the Aquasox. Spencer Picard is still lighting it up. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI, a walk, and a double. Novelli Marte was 1 for 4 with a 2-out RBI, a stolen base, but he also had another error. That's 4 errors in 4 games. Like I was saying, he had 40 errors last year. I'm hoping he can get more solid in the field there, especially since he's supposed to be a big prospect for the Mariners. I know he shines at the plate, but we can't have him just being a DH out there. I mean, we can if we have to, but I think he's more valuable than just being a DH. Okay, now Arkansas. Springfield is 3-3. They're in Arkansas, who's 3-3. Last night we beat Springfield 8-0. The Arkansas Travelers had 8 runs, 10 hits, and an error, and we held Springfield to 0 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. That's because top prospect George Kirby started that game and got the win. He's 1-0, and Lund lost it for Springfield Cardinals. He's 0-1. Today's scheduled starters for Arkansas is Stout. He's 0-1 with a 3.60 ERA. And for the Springfield Cardinals, Roach is on the mound. He's 0-0 with a 2.45. Last night's notable performances in Arkansas was Zach DeLoach, 2 for 4 with 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and a double. Joe Rizzo's staying hot down there. He's 2 for 4 with 2 runs, 3 RBIs, and his 3rd homer. And Hoover was 2 for 4 with a run. Notable pitching performances was Kirby had 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. And Ancheco had his 2nd hold with 2 innings, no hits, and 1 K. Also, Kober had a hold. He had 1 inning, no hits, and 2 Ks. And notable things for that game was Arkansas ended up getting 6 runs in the 8th inning. And that was right after the pitching coach of the Travelers, Sean McGrath, got ejected in the top of the 8th. So when they came to the bottom of the 8th, they were fired up, and they got an extra 6 runs to pad that win in Arkansas last night. So that's looking good, and I'm glad to see that fired them up. Good job there, Sean McGrath, by sticking up for your team. Okay, Tacoma was in Albuquerque. We lost a close one, a 1-run game. Tacoma's now 3-5. Albuquerque's 2-6. Tacoma had 6 runs, 9 hits, and an error. Albuquerque 7 runs, 10 hits, and 4 errors. Today's starters in Albuquerque is Tacoma's to be determined, and Albuquerque's bringing Dennis on the mound. He's 0-1 with the .491. And then Overton got the win for Albuquerque. He's 1-1, and Wojciechowski lost for the Rainiers. He's 0-2. And then Bird got the save for Albuquerque. Notable performances for the Rainiers were Zach Green got his first home run. Mike Ford was 3 for 4 with 3 runs. Mejia was 2 for 4 with a run, an RBI, a double, and a stolen base. And Joe Odom was 2 for 4 with a run, 2 RBIs, and his first home run. Notable pitching performances was Elias was 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, and a K. And Wyatt Mills, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, and a K. Also, it's nice to see that Billy Hamilton's just got there the other day. He's been in 2 games now. It's nice to see that he's going to stay strong and be ready if the Mariners need him. And other notable things for that series was Tim Lopes plays for the Isotopes. And I'm glad to see also DJ Peterson is down there. You know, he had a tough story. Both those guys, I really like both those guys, Tim Lopes and DJ Peterson. I do believe that those guys are winners. And I'm glad to see DJ Peterson's back. Just the other day, he hit his first home run in the PCL since 2017. So I'm hoping those guys can get picked up in the major league level there. And then on to the Mariners today. We got Logan Gilbert's on the mound today. And he has no decision so far. And last night was a tough game. It was monsoon raining there in the south side of Chicago. And we started out the game rough too. It's like our first 4 out of 6 guys. Keuchel struck out our first 4 out of 6 guys. And then it was noted that I wasn't able to watch the whole game, but I was listening to it on the radio. And the announcers on the radio said that the groundskeepers were favoring Chicago by going out there and fixing up the field before they would go out on the field, but they wouldn't do that for the Mariners. So I'm hoping that they can get a lid on that and make sure that they do it for both teams equally. And then also, let me see. Yesterday, Mariners 4 runs, 8 hits, and an error. Chicago 6 runs, 10 hits, and an error. Winning pitcher was Keuchel. He's 1-0 with the .540. And Ray got the loss. He's 1-1 with the .473. And Hendricks got his second save. All right, notable performances for the Mariners. Ty France was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. He got his first home run. And also Suarez looked good out there last night. He got his average over 200. He was 1 for 3 with the run. And he also got a walk. And he got a nice diving catch out there at third base right off the line. And man, I really like him. He's a really humble guy. You can tell he's a winner, and I'm really glad we picked him up. Also, Crawford still staying hot. Today they move him to the 5-hole. I'm thinking they should still pick him up there at the top of the order. He was 3 for 4 with a run and an RBI, and he got his second double of the year. And then for pitching, Robbieray, 6 1/3 innings with 10 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He gave up 3 home runs, but it was terrible conditions out there. You got to give him credit for going that long, and thank God he didn't get hurt. And Ramirez pitched an inning, no hits, no runs, and got a strikeout. Also, Winker was robbed at the end of the game. Adam Easton went over the fence and grabbed his home run back, man, because we needed that, and it didn't happen. And also, J-Rod, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. And on the last his last at-bat in the 9th inning there, my goodness, that's a lot of pressure for those guys, He struck out looking on 3 pitches. And I do understand it does seem like they continue to show that the umpires, is it cheating or what? Bad calls on Kelnick and Rodriguez. And we hope the umpires get that straightened out and start being more consistent and more accurate. So now J-Rod's batting .056, and man, oh man, I mean, you got to be able to hit at least 100 something, 170, 80 at your rate, and I would hope you're going to be able to hit 200, but we'll see. It's still early. And also, Scott ends up pinch hitting for Murphy at the end there with Cal Raleigh, which that did not seem like a good move because, man, it's like Murphy's hot. He's batting .500. He had a decent game. He was 1 for 3 with a run. He looks like he's got momentum going, and you pinch hit him for Raleigh, and Raleigh strikes out, of course. Okay. Other than that, it was nice also. Dylan Moore got a chance out there last night. He went 1 for 2 with an RBI, and he looked good on the base pass out there also. And today the Mariners are coming in with a 183 average, team batting average, with a 291 on base and a 299 slugging is not very good. So I'm hoping they pick that up today and start rebounding. Our team ERA is 3.64. Chicago has a 2.59 batting average, 4.32 slugging, and a 2.52 ERA, and that is impressive. Well, especially since they're 4-1 now, and the Mariners are 2-4. Okay, other notable things was Matt Brash. I've listened to some of the scouting reports and interviews. Matt Brash or Robbieray said that they don't really scout the other teams very much. Matt Brash said he basically doesn't. He's just confident with his stuff and goes with it. So that's sort of impressive that they're able to do that. And also, Matt Brash with his 6 strikeouts the other day, most of his strikeouts were on the knuckle curve, and the rest of them were basically on the slider. So that's pretty good. And his fastball topped out at 99. And Matt Brash is plus 3,500 to win the Rookie of the Year. Right now, I'm looking like that's a very good bet. If you put $100 down on Matt Brash to win the Rookie of the Year, and he wins, you win $3,500. So anyway, the game's about to start, and we're wishing them all the luck in the world. Thank you so much for watching. And also, I do want to say, I know it's a little long today, but man, I'm getting responses from all over the world. I've already got people want me to do one for the Cincinnati Reds. And the top 5 teams I'd like to do them for is the Reds, the Mariners, the Diamondbacks, the Braves, and the Boston Red Sox. All right now, go Mariners!